I've lived in Waterville for right around 27 years. When I first wrote the statement in the same day, within the same hour of everything happening, it was still me being worked up, me being the pitbull father, if you will, and just being the overprotective, aggressive father.
And so you would say that if someone was characterized as being aggressive that day, it would be you and not John?
Correct. If it was any difference, yes, I was the one being aggressive and coming towards him. He was being defensive.
Okay.
But the fact of when I come out and I'm questioning, I'm getting aggressive, honestly, I'm being aggressive in my words, and it's the answers I'm getting back. It's the, whether you call it defensive or the very vague answers, the very quick answers, the very snappy answers, that was just fueling me more. If anything would have happened physical at that moment in time, I will 100% take all responsibility for it. It would have been on my behalf. Like I said before, when I called the police, my whole attempt, my whole goal was to just have a simple answer. Was to have the answer of why. The answer of what's going on. It was a different situation that I had never ran into before. So I was hoping the police could help me get that answer. But they showed up and almost cornered him, if you will. One cop came from 3rd Street and one cop came from River Road to corner him on Mount Vernon, so he had nowhere to go. My first initial opinion is that's wrong right there. By cornering somebody, you corner a criminal that's been running. You corner an animal that's been running. You don't corner somebody that you don't know the story. You don't back somebody into a corner and force them to be aggressive or defensive to get out of the situation.
Do you know what the officers yelled at him as they cornered him?
I do not remember right now.
Okay.
Complete honesty, I don't remember the words that were said. But I remember there were vulgar words coming out of the police officer's mouth. I do remember that they were ordering him around like a child. They were not being professional at all. And again, the cornering factor. I myself, had I been cornered by police like that, I would have had the same reactions. I would have gotten just as defensive myself. And with any high level of defensiveness, you have some aggressiveness because it's you protecting yourself. And it just seemed like the police went way too far. All I was looking for was an answer, and they never came to me first, like they normally do in situations. They went instantly to him. They never gave any chance of a story. They never gave any chance of what was going on. They never, I guess it's just as simple as that. They never gave John a chance. Now granted, and I will say this, I understand some of my actions could have changed the outcome. But again, the police actions could have as well. Yes, if anybody had ever told me that there was a statement being, I guess, put out for my behalf, that I was afraid of John or the situation, or I was having continued issues, or he's a danger to the community, any of that, I would have denied on spot.
Questioning a police officer, they regard that as disrespectful, and they're going to teach you a lesson?
I firmly believe that the act of any question, they treat it as aggression, they treat it as disrespectful, they treat it as you're questioning their authority. I firmly believe that they're power hungry. They use an abuse of power to a very big extent. The fact that they have a badge on their shirt makes them feel indestructible, makes them feel they are the law. To an extent, you're there to uphold the law. You're not the law. You could still be found guilty as well. Just because you have a tag on your shirt or whatever that says you're a police officer, doesn't mean you can run a red light. Doesn't mean you can litter. Doesn't mean you yourself can make threats and not be punished for it. Things like that should not be happening, and they do within Waterville.
So, with that thought process, where would you go to make that stop?
My first place to go would most likely be the township Waterville Police, because they seem to have a better grasp on any situation that happens. They seem to actually have a process to get things done, to get things handled. If that didn't make any headway, I would resort to Google and find myself anybody to do an internal investigation. I would try to go above everybody's head. Would that put a target on my back? Most likely. But I would hope I could do it anonymously and get some kind of investigation going on to figure out what's going on, because if it's happening to myself, if it's happening to my neighbors, it's not just me. There's somebody else out there that is also going through the same issues, but they will not speak up.
And why don't you think people will speak up?
For exactly what I've already said. People are not speaking up because police are taking a simple question as a mark of disrespect. As a mark of, now I'm going to watch you and try to figure out what I can get you for. I'm going to hit you for every little thing I possibly can. People don't want to deal with the hassle.